Hi friends, today we will discuss about hardware chapter, very commonly used in computer systems. So today we discuss some parts of hardware. So mainly we discuss only basic about the computer hardware. So let's start this system. Commonly operating missions, particularly use technology and education research, which are very widely used hardware. So what do you mean by hardware is physical component or device is called hardware, and software, which is the interface between hardware and user, is known as software. And we know the device drivers, which is a detailed description of the drivers, particularly about the device, is called device drivers. So next we come to internal parts of computer: motherboard, processor, RAM, hard disk, SMPS. We have different types of motherboards like AT advanced technology, ATX advanced technology extended, and BTX balanced technology extended, and BTX MBX micro balanced technology extended. And we next go to internal components of motherboard. One is CPU socket, which where we research processor, and we have memory slots where we allocate RAMs, and another is extension slots like PCI slots. It's also called PCI, means peripheral component interconnect. We mostly use VGA, LAN cards, TV tuner cards, and AGP slots like graphic cards, accelerated graphic ports. We widely use in cinema editing and this type of graphics environments, and micro slots, AMR cards, audio modem risers, and bias means basic input output system. It is a fixed IC integrated circuit which have some configuration, system startup configurations, where the systems automatically starts and what to do, how to work. It's also fixed in the BIOS. And we come to CMOS socket, and in socket it will store date, time, and passwords. CMS battery also. Then we have ID connectors, integrated device electronics data, ID hard disks, have porty fins, and SATA connector as serial advanced technology attachment. So IO ports, we have like input output ports, PSC2 connector, old model keyboards and mouse, serial ports, 9-pin routers, and VGA port video graphic adapter. We call it like monitor, and parallel ports like LPGT connector, line printer terminals, which have 25 pins used to connect dot matrix. In older days, they mostly use the dot matrix. It's only print dots. And next we have like RJ45 connector, LAN port, USB ports, external drives, audio jacks, headphones, mic, speakers. Bridges, we have like fixed bridge, north bridge, south bridge, front panel connector, open pins, and power connectors, power supply to motherboard, and bias, basics input output system. It contains like startup configurations and ROM, read-only memory, and when the bias, which have two type of reserves, post power and self test, and BSL boot startup loader, and bias. It is permanently fixed IC which contains system startup configurations. The instructions which are necessary to start up of any electronic device are stored inside BIOS. So functions of BIOS: whatever we power on the device, BIOS activates first and generate two signals called FOST and BSL, bootstrap loader. Post power and self test, this signal verifies all the hardware components when are connected attached to a motherboard. And bootstrap loader, this signal verifies OS and drivers which are present inside a hard disk. After getting configuration from both signals, BIOS the start the booting process of our device. This is loading of operating systems and drivers from hardware to RAM is called booting process. Then we come to like bridges. We have like bridge fixed IC. We have two type of bridges: north bridge and south bridge. which is located processor close to processor is called north bits, and another which is located extension slots is called south bits. In north bits it supports high speed components, processor, RAMs. It supports low speed components, extension slots, and IO ports. Capacity 512 KB and capacity 512 KB. North bits is permanent fixed dice located nearby the processors, and its works to reduce the burden of main processor, the RAM, by sharing the excess amount of data equally act to like processors and main processor. Then we come to RAM. If people are know about the RAMs, random access memory, there are two types of RAM: SIM RAM, DIM RAM. DIM RAM, again it classified into two types. One is SD RAMs, DDRs, and SD RAMs we have seen like synchronized dynamic RAM, and DDR dual data rate. In DDR mostly we are using DD1, DD2, DD4, this type of things. And how we recognize which one is the DDR 1, 2, 3, 4. We have seen the nodes, middle of the nodes, like any RAM, the nodes located at the middle point is called DD1 RAM, which is adjacent to that nodes is DD2, and which is 0.5 inch apart from that notch is called DDR3, which is on left side is called DD4. Then processors we have a variety of processors. We have like chipset processor, fixed processors, Celeron processors, AMD Alton, Pentium processors, P1, P2, P3, P4, which come with the socket model pin processors, core model processors, core to dual core, pin processors, pinless processor. Where recent we are like using generation models i3, i5, i7 with like i3 dual core, i5, i7 multi-core processors. Core means that main part of a processor, art of the processor we can say. Core is located at the middle of the processors. A physical core is logical divided into parts. Each part acts like a separate core or processor to increase the speed and capacity. So we are like maximum using in mobile technology like Snapdragon. This is one of the processor which have some cores, 2 core, 3 core, 4 core, and in earlier also they are using same core technology which contain 4 layers divided into 4 blocks and units. So memory units which convert data into bytes, provide address to each and every data. And the flow, you know, that's magnet storage device, IDE, SATA, integrated drive electronics, and SATA serial advanced technology attachment. IDE, these type of hard disks used in desktop computers, and SATA which are come to in a small size which are used in desktops as well as in laptop also. So used as internal hard disk this IDE, and come to SATA also we are using as a internal hard disk. In IDE it contains magnetic disk, and here also same magnetic disk. Then we come to other type of storage, that is SSD. This is called solid state drive, used in laptops and desktops, used as internal external hard disk. No magnetic disk, stores data in ICs, store data in electronic signal formats.